So, in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my entire Nick Jr. collection. Sharing with you guys some of the stuff I found online, some of the stuff I found offline, and things I've actually held on to throughout the years from my childhood. So, what are we waiting for? Let's talk about it. We have this smaller kind of soft plush Blues opposite game book, teaching kids about opposites and things like that. Here's Blues Room alphabet power. I have a feeling we all should remember this, but some of us may not. This was the kind of live action puppet related show called Lazy Town. It's called It's Sports Day. Some of the stickers are missing, but still super cool that they're still in here. Here's another Lazy Town book called Sleepless in Lazy Town. Here's another puppet themed show that was on the Nick Jr. program block called Allegra's Window. Here's Allegra, and it says Rondo's Stuff. The Wubblish World of Dr. Seuss. The Grinch meets his Max, kind of like the Grinch meets his match. If you would like to know more about the Wubblish World of Dr. Seuss, the show, and where those puppets are today, I highly recommend that you go check out the video popping up on the screen right now. Here's another The Wubblish World of Dr. Seuss book. Who Are You, Seuss New? Here's another The Wubblish World of Dr. Seuss book called The Gink. And this is a hardcovered Lazy Town book that I also found at my local thrift store. Thought this was super cool and really awesome to find. If you want to know more about the show Lazy Town, what the show is about, and where its puppets are today, I highly recommend that you go check out the video popping up on the screen. Here's a Blues Room Blue Says book with 5 textures to touch and feel. Unknowingly to me, I actually had 2 of these in my collection. That happens from time to time. Sometimes it's good to buy a double because this version of the book might be better than this version of the book. Here's another Blues Room book that I found at my local thrift store. I thought this was super cool. It's a Blue Talks book, and if you press the paw print right here, so here's another really awesome find. This is a Blues Room coloring book plus glitter and glow stickers, which I don't know if they're still in here, but I do know that I did find it at thrift store, some cutouts on the back that you can have of the different characters, so that not a lot of the pages were colored in, and very reminiscent, just cartoon stylized drawings of the puppet characters from the shows. And here's a bigger Wubblish World of Dr. Seuss book called The Song of the Zubblewump. So here's an Allegra's Window, a present for daddy kids book that also features this really cool promotional sticker that says you could win a free trip to see the taping of a Nick Jr. show at their studios in Florida at the time. Here is the back of the book. Unfortunately, this giant sticker is covering Allegra's face, almost like Mike Wazowskiing her. Giant sticker on the back, of course, explains how at the time you could have won a vacation or entered into the vacation sweepstakes to win a trip to see a taping of a Nick Jr. show at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. Here is a Allegra's Window, The Amazing Zoo book. We all remember growing up watching the Wonder Pets, also on Nick Jr. Because surprise, surprise, they technically are puppet related, but then again, not really. So here's why I was wrestling with saying the Wonder Pets technically count and technically don't count. The Wonder Pets used a unique animation technique called photo puppetry. It, of course, is not traditional marionette or hand puppet puppetry.
Jennifer Oxley came up with an animation technique for the Wonder Pets that's never been used before. See how lifelike the characters are? They call it photo puppetry animation.
The one thing that was really important to us was that we create characters that were really touchable and lovable, like characters that a child would want to reach right out and grab. And so that's why Josh came up with the idea to use real photos.
In order to get a picture of a cute guinea pig, they needed to find one, so they hit every pet shop in New York City. Once they found the most adorable guinea pig, duck, and turtle, they took photos and started what they call the cutification process.
We make the face cuter, we bring the eyes a little bit bigger, we give them smiles, we give them cute accessories.
Once again, it's not real puppetry, it's more of like a puppetry of the computer. So if you want to be super technical about it, the Wonder Pets characters appeared a part of a show called Nickelodeon Presents Storytime Live. It was a theatrical show that toured in 2010, and during this performance, the Wonder Pets were presented as large costume puppets manipulated by people visible on stage. So technically it counts and technically it doesn't. For this channel, I try my best to stick more with the traditional style of puppetry. Yes, I do have these Wonder Pet books in my collection. So this first one here is Wonder Pets Save the Visitor. And here's another really cool book if anybody remembers Nickelodeon's The Big Green Help. And what's really cool is that this book is made with 100% recycled materials. This is the Wonder Pets Save the Tree. This is more of a older Nick Jr. show, but still relevant and definitely puppet related. We have the Eureka's Castle Magellan Saves the Day book. Alright, so here is a Wubblish World of Dr. Seuss holiday set featuring the Cat in the Hat and the Who's-Its. So it is a legit Christmas light set that you could decorate around your house and light up your tree. It still works and lights up with all these different characters. So here's a Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss Grinch with Zubblewump finger puppet. That's super cool. I found this at a local thrift store. The Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat talking plush. It's featured with the Gink, that when you pull on his bow tie, it not only moves his hat forward, but he also talks as well. Here is a Blues Room decorative wall hook hanger that I found off of Facebook Marketplace, still in its package, which is super cool. So on the back here we have polka dots, and then on this side here we have blue. And both of these are ceramic items. You could at the time hang these on your wall, like you can hang your coat or your jacket or your backpack, because the Wonder Pets are technically puppets. Here is a Tuck the Turtle beanbag plush. I believe he's a tie plush. I don't know, because when I got him from the thrift store, someone cut the tag off. But I'm going to say that he is a tie plush, made very, very well. Here is a 2003 Blues Room Talking Blue plush. Unfortunately, this one does not talk. Again, we're on a technicality. I try not to do this too much, because really the actual series, the Backyardigans series itself, had nothing to do with puppets. It was all an animated series. The Backyardigans were originally conceived as a live-action puppet show. A pilot episode titled Me and My Friends was filmed on September 1998 at Nickelodeon Studios, Florida, featuring full-body puppets and an indoor stage. So here's a Tyrone plush that I've actually had in my collection for a long time, ever since I got him for Christmas when the original Backyardigans series on Nick Jr. came out. Here is a Pablo walk-around, talking, swiveling, animated character toy that I actually found at a local thrift store. So this is the Nickelodeon Merry Christmas DVD, Nickelodeon Nick Jr. Sleepy Time Stories. Here's the Nick Jr. Favorites Volume 3 DVD, Blues Room Holiday Wishes, It's a Hug Day, Blues Room Little Blue Riding Hood, Blues Room Alphabet Power, Blues Room Meet Blues Baby Brother, Blues Room Beyond Your Wildest Dreams, Blues Room Shape Detectives, Blues Room Blues World Travelers DVD. Here is the Nickelodeon Nick Jr. Celebrate Family DVD, the Cat, the Gink, and Furry Friends. Here's the Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss, the Cat's Musical Tales, the Cat's Funhouse, the Cat's Colorful World, the Cat's Home But Not Alone, and the Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss, the Cat's Adventures. So this is the Nick Jr. Favorites Volume 4 through 6. My dad actually found this at a local thrift store. It was cool because it came with a slip, like a slip cover.
Yeah, slip cover.
Yeah, slip cover. And so inside, Nick Jr. Volume 4, Nick Jr. Volume 5, Nick Jr. Volume 6. Here's also the Nick Jr. Celebrate Spring DVD. So here's Nick Jr.'s, or Nickelodeon's, Jack's Big Music Show. Here is Lazy Town Sports Candy Festival DVD. We have Lazy Town Robbie's Greatest Misses. Here's the Nick Jr. Animal Friends DVD. Here is the Nick Jr. Favorites Volume 1 DVD. Nick Jr.'s Backyardigans It's Great to Be a Ghost. Jr.'s Backyardigans Super Secret Spy. Nick Jr.'s Backyardigans Robot Repairman Surfs Up. So shout out to my dad, because he reminded me that, and sadly I did a video on Timmy the Tooth, and I almost forgot that Timmy the Tooth was a Nick Jr. show. We have The Adventures of Timmy the Tooth, Big Mouth Gulch, Timmy in Space, Molar Island, The Brush in the Stone, Malibu Timmy, Lost My Toothbrush. What's really special about this Timmy the Tooth Molar Island VHS tape that we found at the thrift store, it actually came with VHS inserts and lick-on removable tattoos. Here is The Adventures of Timmy the Tooth, Rainy Day Adventure. And shout out to my dad, because he reminded me that we had this huge The Adventures of Timmy the Tooth poster that he found off of eBay with all the characters down here. So let's go from the top. Where imagination is your passport to adventure. Of course, Timmy the Tooth with a happy sun, Timmy and Brush, and then all the characters around here. An all new, all fun, song-filled series for kids ages 2 through 7. And again, by Bop Productions. And then MCA Universal. That's pretty cool.
Not for sale, promotional item only. So this is probably given out to video stores.
There you go. So that's cool that if this was once probably like a Blockbuster or who knows. But thank you, Dad, for reminding me of this. Here's also another Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss find that I recently found at a local thrift store. Mix and Match Cup. So there's Cat and all the rest of the Wubbulous World characters. But also mainly because down here it says trademarked Henson and Dr. Seuss. Here's a Nickelodeon and Nick Jr. character DVD bingo game. So when you open the box up, it's cool because not only does it have Nickelodeon characters on here, but it has a ton of different Nick Jr. characters, like characters from Lazy Town, Blues Room, The Backyardigans, and so much more. Ended up finding this also at a local thrift store. This is a 2005 Blues Room See and Say Fisher Price toy. You can pretty much hang it like this. What the toy is supposed to do is to teach kids how to see things and then repeat it back and say it. There's this little dial right here that's pointed toward different things, and you can press it. So it would say like piano. I think I got to change the batteries in this thing, but if you point it toward the piano character, you press it, and I think it says it. You point it toward Roy Esaurus, it would say like his name, or at least the instrument that he has. So I thought that was a pretty fun and cool find. Let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite Nick Jr. show to watch growing up, and why? I would love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks so much for watching this fun, awesome puppy-related video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned a lot, and if you did, please do me a favor and go check out the next video right here on the screen. Kermit and I think you will enjoy it, and we'll see you over there. Until next time, take care, and well, have an awesome day.